Good afternoon, Orange County. I'm Heather Bell, the Director of Membership for the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. I'm excited to be joined today by our member, Chloe Peer, who is the General Manager of Confluence Running of the Hudson Valley. This is their third store that they opened in June, right in the middle of the pandemic, right here in Goshen, New York. And we were so excited to be a part of their grand opening as they became members of the Chamber of Commerce immediately upon opening. Welcome, Chloe.
Hi,
Hey, how are ya?
I'm doing
Nice to
well.
hear it.
Enjoying the snow we have down here. This is great.
Is it great? You
Yeah,
like it, right? Kind of making you feel at home. We're very
little.
welcoming. Chloe, tell us of the history of how Confluence Running came to be.
Yeah, so Confluence Running actually opened up our original location 7 years ago by a Middletown native, actually. Now, of course, that first store wasn't here in Orange County. It was where he went to school, which was in Binghamton, New York. So Matthew Gowers, who grew up in Middletown, had a love for running, and he graduated from Binghamton University at the perfect time and had the opportunity to open up a running store. Over those past 7 years, we kind of expanded and really became more integrated in each of our communities. And lastly, this year, we finally were able to kind of come back home and make our way here to the Hudson Valley.
That's great. And Matthew is so knowledgeable of running and he's really a great physical educator. I really enjoyed speaking with him at the grand opening. So tell us, I've been to your store and I was very much blown away. But what would you tell people makes Confluence Running different than any other shoe store?
Yeah, so we're not just like a shoe store. Yes, what we do is we sell shoes, but we go beyond just the selling. So where we focus on is kind of that service part of the shoe experience, in that we want to make sure that you have the perfect shoe for you. So you can come in and tell us, hey, I want to buy a shoe, and that's fine. But what we want to do is we want to sit you down, have you take off your shoes and look at your gait and find the perfect shoe, and then any other perfect gear that might be best for you. And then beyond just shoe fittings, we go on and we put on races. We just had another race in December and another one in for Thanksgiving during November, which is great. So we really just kind of try to go beyond just that buying and selling aspect of a store and really focus on the customer and individual.
And you really do. So, just to share with our viewing audience, I have to say that I did go in and I met with Chloe and I said, look, I tried to run in the past. I have a knee injury. I'm really more of a walker. Every once in a while, throw a little bit of, interval running in there. What can you put me in? And she did a gait analysis, which is free. And really put me in probably the best shoes that I've ever had on my feet, and took it one step further and said, oh, and you also like to hike, so probably these would be good ones for you as well. And again, my hikers are phenomenal. I haven't had any sliding issues, or I have to say that it's well worth the time to go in and get the right pairs of shoes on your feet, especially for physical exercise. Since you opened in June, you've become very involved in the community. You kind of touched on the turkey trot and another run. So you're doing these virtual runs. Tell us a little bit more about your community involvement, maybe even out of Goshen, what you've done in your other stores and what you're looking forward to do here in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah, so this being the year of 2020, obviously community involvement looks a little bit different. In our other stores, we've definitely done some more ladies' nights, some more integration with other businesses. But in the kind of year of social distancing, we've definitely been challenged, but we've also risen to that challenge. So since we got here in the Hudson Valley, one of the first things that we did was we tried to start up beginner group runs. So we did them right out of the shop throughout the summer and the fall season. And then we also did a virtual Couch to 5K program where every single week we sent you a curriculum. We met with you for an hour on Zoom and got you from that beginning, I'm not a runner, to, hey, I can finish a 5K.
I've heard great things about that, and I can't wait to get involved.
Yes, and then we continue to do a fall version of that that actually landed to something you kind of mentioned before, which was our turkey trot. So we had our turkey trot on Thanksgiving Day here. We did it in waves, so we had different wave starts with 50 people max caps, as well as virtual options as well. But we used all that money that we fundraised from that to actually donate it to a scholarship fund for high school athletes here in the Hudson Valley. So all of the money that we're getting is going right back into the community.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, so we're really excited. We also have some more events hopefully coming up in the next year of 2021 as things maybe go back to normal. But if not, we'll continue to find kind of more ways to get creative and get together.
That's great. And now, Chloe, so, we kind of talked about how the store is different and, the mission is different. And, I really want to toot your horn, though, because, we talked about the store and the product, but you, Chloe, I mean, you're not just any retail general manager, right? So you're like really well qualified to be in this position. And I'm not going to take it any further than that. I would love for you to share with our viewers, what are your credentials? What do we get when we walk in and we say, oh, Chloe, put us in the right pair of shoes? What makes you qualified to do that?
Right. So, well, I got my bachelor's degree in economics. My minor was in health and wellness. And everyone always says you minor in what you love. And so every second in college I had, I was in the health and wellness department. So beyond just taking the mandatory classes, I was an intern for the department. I was a TA. For a summer, I was actually the intern for the Parks and Rec department in Broome County. So I was on the ground kind of viewing what people need and what they are experiencing every single day. Beyond that, I've also worked in the shoe industry now for 4 years. So that was my part-time job in college. And then I've also been a lifelong runner and a multi-sport athlete. So before I was a runner, I actually used to play soccer and ice hockey and would run to stay in shape for that. Most recently, I also I gained my certification to be a certified personal trainer. So I am NASM certified and working on some other physical fitness credentials as we go on.
Very impressive. So this is what you get when you walk into Confluence Running Hudson Valley, located right in Goshen, New York. Chloe is extremely qualified to put you in the right shoes to make sure that your entire body is working properly when you take that step. So if you would like to reach out to Chloe directly, we've shared her email, and we'll also share the website on the bottom of the screen and the phone number. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewers today, Chloe?
No, I just hope that everyone has a great new year and, gets out there. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad gear.
That's a great saying. Thank you so much, Chloe. And thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for allowing us to support your business. Thank you to all of our members for allowing us to support their business and help them grow. To all of our corporate partners, our ambassadors, our board of directors for their dedication and their continued commitment to the mission of the Chamber. I'm Heather Bell, the Director of Membership for the Orange County Chamber of Commerce, and this is our last Meet the Member for 2020. I will say Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2021. Be well.